In our headlines this morning, COOUTH adopts digital healthcare system to enhance service delivery. Global community observes left-handers day. Now seek fund access for Nigeria studying abroad. British driver who broke sound barrier sets new speed record with hydrogen-powered vehicle. The environment belongs to all of us. Let us protect it and keep it clean. A healthy environment promotes a healthy life. Take care of the environment and it will take care of you. A very good morning to you and welcome to our breakfast news this morning. My name is Sijoma Uche. The Chief Medical Director of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University Teaching Hospital, Amako Oka, Dr. Maureen Ume Akwewulu, says the hospital has fully embraced digital healthcare through Operation Priceless. Digital healthcare through its Patients Powerless initiative, introducing smart card and many technology-driven solutions amid arts, making COOUTH a center of excellence and globally recognized. Speaking to the ABS crew in Oka, Dr. Umakwe Wulu explained that the hospital under her watch has improved patients' intake, boosted operational efficiency by moving from manual process to modern digital healthcare system that promotes efficiency, accountability, seamless communication, accurate record keeping. Correspondent Chukwuemeka Modelim has the rest of the story.
According to her, the hospital has now moved to electronic medical record system that ensures the hospital runs an efficient system whereby when patients go to the clinics, wards, surgical outpatients departments, they will be given a smart card and a barcode that will enable a patient to access his medical record anywhere. While expressing joy that COUT has purchased more equipment needed for day-to-day activities, Dr. Ume Akwewulu appreciated Governor Chukwuma Soludo for approving funds for the accreditation of 5 departments within the hospital, saying that Governor Soludo is working assiduously to ensure that the hospital's target of becoming a center of excellence for different specialties and globally recognized is accomplished. The COUT Chief Medical Director, who disclosed that the hospital is now recording more patients inflow as a result of improvement in healthcare delivery, revealed that the state government has built a structure in the private wing clinic of the hospital that will have a laboratory, pharmacy, and medical record, which she said will serve as consultant-led clinic.
Towards making our hospital, which is the state-owned hospital in Anambra State, to be efficient, to be more efficient, and that's what we are moving into. And also, we also sat together and say some equipments are needed for our day-to-day activities that we are doing on the hospital, and we've been able to purchase almost most of them. I will still mention the one. In fact, at this juncture, I will also use the opportunity to thank His Excellency in a very special way, because he also approved some money for our equipment acquisition, especially the heavy one we're not able to get with our IGR, and we say special thank you to him. And also, we also like to use the opportunity to mention the accreditation. You know, as a teaching hospital, you need to have accreditation in most of the hospitals, most of the departments, and that will help you to get the needed resident doctors that will practice. So that's where we're working towards.
In Oka, Chukwuemeka Modelim, ABS News.
Today marks the International Left-Handers Day, globally observed set aside. A global observance set aside every August 13 to celebrate left-handed individuals and raise awareness about the unique experiences they face in a predominantly right-handed world. Statistics reveal that left-handers, which accounts for roughly 10% of the world's population, has long been a subject of curiosity, culture, and even controversy. From classrooms to workplaces, left-handers often navigate systems and tools originally designed with right-handers in mind. Speaking to the ABS, a 14-year-old left-handed boy, Bethel Chibundo, explained that using left hand makes him unique, more creative, faster in doing things, and he is on top of his class. He, however, disclosed that people disapprove it whenever he uses his left hand to eat or give something to someone, but he insisted that he has no regret for being a left-handed person, since that is the way God created him. In their various remarks, a businessman, Mr. Uchenna Ane, and the student, Miss Adolisa Chibundo, said left-handedness is as normal as using right hand, and it does not have disadvantage, except on the cultural aspects, where using left hand in giving or receiving things from elders is against Igbo tradition. The Anambra State Commissioner for Information and Value Reorientation, Dr. Law Mefo, has reaffirmed the commitment of the state government to safeguarding lives and property, declaring that peace and security remain central to Governor Chukwuma Soludo's agenda for the state. Dr. Mefo made this known in Oka during a public awareness campaign against terrorism tagged Unite Against Terror, organized by the Department of the State Service, DSS, in collaboration with other security agencies and stakeholders in Anambra. Addressing the crowd at various points, including Oka South Local Government Area Headquarters, a Koka Roundabout, and the Lighthouse Tower, respectively. During the walk, Dr. Mefo described the exercise as a symbolic demonstration of the people's resolve to reject terrorism in all forms. The commissioner defined terrorism as the use of violence to achieve any aim, especially when targeted at government and citizens, warning that nobody should disguise terror to mean any other thing, including freedom fighting. We've seen terror activities in Anambra and the entire Nigeria, particularly in the southeast. They want the youth to believe that their activities are targeted at liberation. You don't liberate us by killing us, or those who are killing us and calling themselves liberators are lying, because that's not freedom fighting. We must unite against terror, just like other states across the country are doing, and we must be in the vanguard, he said. Participants in the solidarity walk from Amobia to the Lighthouse Tower included personnel of security agencies, heads of federal establishments, Keke and Bus Drivers Union, market leaders, youth groups, and other critical stakeholders in the state. The National Association of Nigerian Students Turkish Zone has appealed to the Senate to end the Nigerian Education Loan Fund to eligible Nigerians studying in accredited institutions abroad. The association made a call during an engagement with the vice chairman of the Senate Committee in Diaspora and Non-Governmental Organizations, Anthony Siyako Yaro. In a statement released on Tuesday, NAS President Turkish Zone Daniel Opala said the delegation sought greater government attention to the welfare and educational finance challenges confronting Nigerian students in the diaspora. According to Opala, the increasing number of Nigerians studying overseas requires a corresponding review of government policies on education financing. The association said students studying abroad who are facing rising financial pressures due to tuition, accommodation costs, and exchange rate fluctuation. It argued that students should not lose access to government educational support solely because they chose to pursue their studies outside Nigeria. A British driver, Andy Green, who was the first person to break the sound barrier in a car and had set the new speed record, this time in a hydrogen-powered vehicle. Mr. Green, a 64-year-old retired Royal Air Force pilot, reached a speed of 654 kilometers per hour at the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah, the fastest a hydrogen-powered car has ever traveled. Green's record was measured as an average of two runs in a car powered by 2 hydrogen internal combustion engines with a combined 1,600 brake horsepower. In 1977, Green drove the jet-powered Trust SSC across Nevada's Black Road Desert in 762 mph, that's 1,208 kilometers per hour, making him the first and still the only person to break the sound barrier on land. 20 years ago, Green also set a world land speed record for a diesel vehicle in the JBC Des Malheurs, attaining a speed of over 350 mph, that's 566 kilometers per hour. The new record set in JBC's hydromass vehicle surpassed the previous official hydrogen combustion title set in 2004, 185.5 mph, by more than double the speed. Nigerian football stakeholders remain divided over calls for the suspension of the Nigerian Football Federation elections, even as former internationals point to the country's recent setbacks in the continental football as evidence of a system in need of urgent reform. Former Dream Team star Abiodun Obafemi, a member of the Nigeria's gold medal winning squad at the 1996 Atlanta Olympics, lamented the contrast between the spirit that drove that triumph and the current state of the game following the exit of both the Super Falcons and the Flying Eagles from their respective World Cup pathways. His comments came after the Super Falcons were eliminated from the 2026 Women's African Cup of Nations by Cameroon in the quarterfinals on Sunday, a defeat that cost Nigeria automatic qualification for the 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup, while the Flying Eagles suffered a 4-1 defeat to Burkina Faso in the final and the Wafu Zombi Under-20 Championship, a result that eliminated Nigeria from contention for next year's African Under-20 Cup of Nations, and by extension, the 2027 FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Azerbaijan. The setback have added weight to renewed calls from former Super Eagles captain Segun Odebami for a temporary suspension of the NFF's 2026 Executive Committee elections scheduled for September 27 in Lafia, Nasarawa State. Odebami has argued that the country's football administration has failed to match the enormous talents within Nigerian football, describing NFF elections as having become a 4-yearly ritual of crisis, and has appealed to President Bola Tinubu and other well-meaning Nigerians to halt the process. Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world via our website at www.absradiotv.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channels at ABS Radio Television. Follow us on our social media handles at ABS Radio Television on Facebook, ABS Radio TV on Instagram and X. Top stories once more. COOUTH has adopted digital healthcare system to enhance service delivery. Global community has observed Left-Handers Day. NANS is seeking NELFund access for Nigerians studying abroad. And finally from here, British driver who broke sound barrier has set new speed record with hydrogen-powered vehicles. Remember that the environment belongs to all of us. Let us protect it and make it clean. A healthy environment promotes a healthy living. Take care of the environment for it to take care of you. And that's our breakfast news. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Tijama. Good morning.